And from the moment I leapt out of bed with the frisky, gambling excitement of a young lamb, all the way to the point of the sort of jaded, rather exhausted late morning me, full clipped away by Bairstow, out through mid-wicket. That's going to run away towards the boundary. It's being pursued, and it will be cut off. I think it has been quite magnificently. That is a great effort. Wow, goodness me. Not quite sure how the fielder managed to stop that. If he did, we'll probably have to have a look at that. It was another full toss. The Sri Lankans have erred in length full, if anything, when they have erred. And Bairstow found the gap at mid-wicket, knocked it away towards the boundary. And that is a superb effort at this time of the day as well, when your side is in that sort of strife. Wow. 2 more to England's total. There's a load of birds yet to negotiate there as well, which was
without the way crows.
Everything about that was hard work. Massive Embuldineer, who's bowled most of the overs to be bowled today, and they're just double checking this. He just want to make sure that as he flicked the ball back,
maybe it hits the.
Oh, has he got his hand just on the sponge at the same time as the ball? So that effort could prove to be in vain, which would be really emblematic of Sri Lanka's day. It's been luckless. That said, I don't think the umpire's going to give it as 4.
I wasn't too sure with the third umpire's decision on the run-out earlier on in the day. I thought the bat was in the air. It was.
Yep, 4 has been signalled, and this is apparently England's highest partnership for all wickets in tests at Gaul, Andy Zoltzman.
Yes, also the 600 partnership that Root and Bairstow have shared. The last one was in Colombo on England's last tour, since when they've only had 1 partnership over 20 in their next 8 before this game.
Wow. Well, that tells you something about Gaul and its wicket-taking properties. As next delivery from Fernando is in the channel, outside off stump, left alone by Bairstow as he shoulders arms. Ball goes low through to Dick Weller, and there's no run. England 125 for 2, just 10 runs behind now. And the game is set up perfectly for England tomorrow. The clock on the Gaul fort is about 2 minutes ahead of my clock. So I don't know whether they're going on that clock or not. If they do, this could be the last over of the day. It could be anyway, frankly, because there are 2 more balls left to be bowled from the seamer. Fernando, he's in, worked into the onside by Bairstow, just tucking that off his legs. They're going to come back for 2. There's a flurry of activity here at the last over of a very long day, and Bairstow moves to 49. The deficit just 8. England 127 for 2.
Mickey Arthur's on the screen. I wonder what he's thinking. I mean, he's been around the blocks, hasn't he? Been around coaching many teams, and he's had great success with lots of his teams, but this will be one of his poorer days as a coach. That have talked for hours, I'm sure, about trying to apply themselves as a batting unit to bat long periods of time, get the big scores, get the individual hundreds, and to see his team bat the way that they have done today will be so disappointing.
Fernando in again, defended by Bairstow into the onside. That is the end of the over, I think. That is the end of the day. Umpires checking their watch. They're having a look. England 127 for 2. And that seems to be the universal call sign for stumps now. It's the horizontal flick of the hands. That is stumps. England ended a superb day for them. Just 8 runs behind Sri Lanka, whom they bundled out for 135 earlier today. 5 wickets for Dom Bess. And then, after losing their first 2 wickets for just 17 runs on the board, well, after that, it's all been about Johnny Bairstow and Joe Root. Yorkshire to the fore, as I'm sure Michael Vaughan will delightedly tell us. Johnny Bairstow ending unbeaten on 47. Joe Root, appropriately, 66. Not out from 115 balls. The partnership, 110. I'm going to say goodbye for today and hand you straight over to review the day's play over to Jonathan Agnew in the Beaver. Thank you, Dan, very much indeed. Well done today. Thanks to everybody who's been working on Test Match Special today. And of course, we're back tomorrow, just in case you are leaving us now. Back on air at 4:30 tomorrow morning for the second day of this test.
That you haven't Googled it. So Don Bradman, number 1. Kumar Sangakkara, number 2. And Brian Lara, number 3. Those Test double hundreds.
Another Sri Lankan, Marvin Atapatu, had quite a few double hundreds as well. Obviously not quite enough to be on that list, but the amount of games he played, I know he scored quite a few double hundreds.
Well done to those who've got it as Zafar continues on. And Williamson just paddles that really, really fine, but he's got plenty on it. There's a despairing chase again, but it's not going to stop that ball going down to fine leg boundary for 4 runs for Williamson.
What was also a little bit surprising in that shot from Williamson, they've got a deep backward square leg, and he did not even attempt to go for that ball. It was left up to the first slip, had to run all the way down. I don't think backward square would have got it, but you'd like to think in normal circumstances you'd at least give it a chase.
He had to do a lot of chasing out there earlier, Abid Ali. He's had a bit of a breather since, but it went away very quickly, and now he's going around a bit finer, isn't he? The horse might have bolted.
That's a sign from the skipper, thought that he perhaps should have chased that.
Zafar into Kane Williamson. His time is coming right far forward. He's on 185 now, Kane Williamson, the lead 175.
Do we have the numbers of double hundreds? How many more does Kane Williamson have to score to get on that list?
Someone will check. We'll find out that answer. Zafar. 2. The man we're talking about, Kane Williamson, that's Fuller, and it can't get past the fielder in close. Just doing the technical count. So Don Bradman had 12 double hundreds, by the way. Williamson.
There's a few to go. Lara had 9 and he's third on the list.
Williamson has 3.
Potentially about to be 4.
Yeah. Brian Lara, yeah. Zafar to Williamson. They were just sped up a little bit at Kane Williamson. So he pushed it forward to the onside. No run again.
So Lara effectively has got 12. He's got 9 doubles, 2 triples, and a 400.
Going past 212 times. Zafar to Kane Williamson.
That's probably a better way of putting it.
And that's the end of the over again. It's gone through quickly. Zafar, the left armour, 472 for 5. The lead 175.
So enthralled in the questions, we forgot there was a cricket game going on.
Daryl Mitchell is on 13, Williamson 185. That's why we're talking about Test double centuries, because of the figure that Kane Williamson is at. Good trivia question though, and those of you who got the answer right in the draw now for a signed Black Caps Test shirt from the series.
I think those Black Caps are going to be pretty busy signing a lot of shirts, aren't they?
We're not giving away one to everyone. Shaheen continuing on now to Daryl Mitchell. Mitchell's on strike and he's driving and there's no run as it's played down to the fielder at mid-off.
Oh, so is it one right across the Test match? All the questions. Not one per question. Well, that's disappointing.
Well, too many people get the answer right. We'll end up breaking their wrists with all that work. Let's see if what Shaheen has got. He's been the one. He's going at 2.6 runs per over. He's got 2 wickets, got the reward finally of BJ Watling earlier, and he's in now bowling to Mitchell, who's just played it away in front of square on the leg side, and they're going to look for 2 here. Good clear call, and it'll be a comfortable tour. Mitchell maybe stretching out. He was a little bit worried, but a good running anyway.
Yeah, it's a big boundary out there towards the groundkeeper's shed, and the man right back on the boundary, and well weighted by Mitchell. So Kane Williamson currently is 29th on that list. So if he converts this amazing 100 into a double 100, he'll jump up to 24th.
Well, he's ticking off marks and records, everything today. And in this match so far, he's batting New Zealand into a position that you would expect will be unassailable.
Shaheen Afridi decided to come around the wicket to Mitchell, trying to hone into those stumps with protection at fine leg and deep backward square.
Here's Shaheen round the wicket to Daryl Mitchell. And that he didn't even let go of it, did he?
It's quite interesting because it looked as though Mitchell actually came down the wicket at him as well. He took a little step towards him, and I'm not sure if Afridi held on to it because Mitchell walked at him or he just slipped.
That's a hard thing to do. He was in full action there and just held on. He's an expressive character, Shaheen, too.
That's a little bit like Tiger Woods, isn't it? As he gets to the top of his backswing, you hear a click of the camera and he stops.
Yeah.
Very difficult.
Well, someone was asking earlier about impact and velocity. That's tough. There is Shaheen. This time he does let it go and there's no run for Mitchell.
It's pretty tough on the body as well. As you're preparing yourself to absolutely sling it down and then at the last second you delay it. Not the best thing you can do for your body when you're in your 31st over.
He's still only 20 though, too. He's a youth, but at the same time probably still learning how the impact, the toll on that young body. Long legs, long levers.
Still good flexibility though at 20.
Pack still moves where it should go. Shaheen into Mitchell, and this time he's played it around the corner down to fielder at deep square, and it'll be just a single. Mitchell's coming with really good intent though. 16 from 17. Williamson back on strike. He's 185, the lead 178.
Yeah, a little bit of an exchange between Freddie and Mitchell there. I think initially it looked quite friendly. But then I think Freddie decided to say, no, I've still got a little bit more left in me. I can go quicker than that. And that 143 Ks. So I'm sure from Mitchell's point of view, he'll be hoping that it's not too much quicker.
They did a little bit of bants between them. So important chance here for Mitchell to have an impact on this test and get to do a lot with the ball. Yeah, you're right. It did initially start out friendly and then things got a little more heated as Shaheen again this time steams into Kane Williamson, who defends.
And I think the reply from Mitchell was pretty much like, whatever you do, mate, I'll be still taking you on.
As I said, though, Mitchell doesn't get a lot of time with the ball. Has had to wait to now have a bat. So his attitude has been really positive.
I think part of that from Afridi is just geeing himself up. I said he's in his 31st over just to try and get the adrenaline flowing.
Shaheen, final ball of the over to Kane Williamson, who just digs out a full one and it squirts away just behind point for a single. We'll take a quick break here on Magic Talk with New Zealand. 179, they have a lead of 179, 476 for 5, and then back shortly with Simon Dole joining Chris Harris.
Still haven't got around to it? Listening to the cricket this summer is a great time to get around to those jobs around the house that need doing, like cleaning the deck. Hit the Decks, designed to take the hard work out of heavy-duty cleaning on decks, fences, retaining walls, even outdoor furniture. Hit the Deck, sold in 20 Kiwi-owned Wet and Forget stores across New Zealand. Or you can find it online at wetandforget.co.nz.
The Magic Talk Summer of Cricket, brought to you from inside the Resine commentary box. Resine Woodsman, bring out the best in your weatherboards, decks and fences.
Well, we've got a new over starting from Zafar Gohar. He's bowled 21 overs. None for 91. Bowls now to Kane Williamson. Just forward in defence. Back down the pitch to Zafar. 476 for 5. Bowls again to Kane Williamson, who just advances down the pitch this time and plays it back down the wicket again. Zafar, 21.3 overs, none for 91. He's had a tough outing in his first test match.
His last first-class match wasn't so successful either with the ball. 0 for 194.
Yeah, it's a definition of a true tough outing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Here's Williamson this time on the back foot. Punches it down to a single. And move through to 187. New Zealand to 477 for 5.
I asked Ricky before, Simon, but I think I'll wait to this after this over because it's a bit hard with the spinners, but just interested in what you think the tactics will be, whether it'll be a time thing or a run thing from New Zealand's point of view. I'm sure it's a little bit of both, but just be interested in your thoughts.
180 is the lead. Here's the left arm spinner again, and Mitchell this time just sweeps very fine. The more of a paddle sweep, and he'll pick up a couple very comfortably as it goes fine. And there's Zafar, last ball of his 22nd over, and Mitchell just plays that into the onside very comfortably off the front foot. No run as it dribbles away to mid-wicket. Daryl Mitchell is 18. Williamson 187, 479 for 5. It's that similar situation to what we had in Mount Maunganui, though, Chris, isn't it? When it's team first. All to a man, the New Zealand batsmen in that second innings came out and threw bat to ball. They were all looking to score quickly for the team cause, not worried about personal performances, personal milestones.
Yeah, it's good. It's effectively it's a team plan, and everyone sticks to that team plan. It's what you want, and this New Zealand side does it very, very well, regardless whether it's your first test or your 50th.
Some tough work for all the bowlers. The two seamers, the key seamers, Shaheen and Mohammad Abbas, have got through 31 overs apiece. Taken 4 wickets between the two of them. And the only other wicket to fall has gone to Fahim Ashraf. Naseem Shah now into the crease. He bowls, and Williamson turns this one away down towards mid-wicket. The big chase. He'll pick up a comfortable 2, come back for 3. As the throw comes in, he's got to go. He does go. Well, they want another one? No, they don't. Kane Williamson's run a long way past the stumps at the bowler's end. He'll go to 190.
Yeah, lovely shot. Just stood nice and tall. He's just got such a good head in the position he gets in. So with it in mind, the team plan, obviously being aggressive and trying to score quickly, but not recklessly. Not sure if that's such a word. So what do you think the team plan will be? They'll want an hour tonight. Will it be runs or will it be time?
All about time. I think it's all about time. It's getting two cracks at it tonight. You know, a newish ball, and then it's still relatively new first thing in the morning when the bowlers are still very fresh. Naseem bowls, and Williamson leaves that one alone. 482 for 5, it remains.
Well, I'm just going to go to the dictionary and look up some new words, but I just saw in that replay from the shot we saw from Williamson, it looked like there was just a couple of spits of rain.
Yeah, well, you're our sort of best rain monitor, Harry. I saw you come outside earlier to ask the question whether it was raining or not. It's got dark again. I'm surprised the lights haven't been switched on yet. What match referee Jeff Crow is doing, and Naseem bowls again, and this time it's Daryl Mitchell just forward. Ball squirts out into the offside, out towards the extra cover, no run.
Yeah, I always get confused in here as well because the windows are actually quite tinted and it's always a lot brighter than it actually looks from in here. But you're absolutely right. It's a very big cloud cover and it does certainly look gloomier than it has earlier today.
Naseem in again to Daryl Mitchell. He looks to turn this one into the onside, but can't get any bat on it. It's the thigh pad and balloons away onto the offside in the end. No run taken. What do you want from a bowling point of view? You want 4, maybe 5 overs from Tim Southey, Trent Bolt, 2 or 3 from Kyle Jamieson and Matt Henry. So that's 10, 14, 15, 16 overs.
So it's at least an hour, isn't it?
An hour and 10 minutes, hour and 15 minutes possibly, I think. The idea would have been, let's get to tea and see where we're at. Tea's still a long way away now. Here's Naseem again. And Mitchell leaves that one alone outside the line of off stump through to Rizwan.
So because we touched on it earlier and the lights can be used, therefore light's not going to come into it. And generally we should, obviously if there's no more rain, we should be playing through to 7:27.
Yeah, there is a difference though, isn't there, between the pink ball test matches and the day-night test matches and the artificial lighting for a day test and a red ball and white clothing. There is a subtle difference in the ball. Mitchell plays the next one off the back foot, can't get it past cover, so no run. And Naseem's over, none for 110. He's got it's 482 for 5.
Yeah, it becomes even more difficult as well when you are, behind by perhaps 250. That makes it even more difficult. Well, I got to do some study on the dictionary. I think Jacob Oren's going to come in and replace me to join Simon Dool.
5:10 is the tea break, so I've still got an hour and 20 minutes till tea. It seems like we've already got a fairly decent amount of overs in the day, but still an hour and 20 minutes until the tea break. So New Zealand have got so much time to forge that lead ahead. You'd think there's another 15 overs in that time at least. Zafar bowling to Williamson. Back cuts, he'll pick up one. A little misfield from Naseem, but doesn't cost any more. So just the one to Cam Williamson, 191 for him. Jacob Oram is in alongside me now, and in that hour and 15 minutes or so left, hour and 20 minutes, Jacob, 15, 16 overs, another 4 and over. All of a sudden that lead is 250. And that's around about tea, so I could really put the foot down after tea if they're still there. Mitchell just picks up one more now. He moves to 19, 484 for 5.
Well, I mean, I know that's in terms of time left in the day, but also looking here, overs remaining 42.4. That's a lot of overs left in today, which is only day 3 of this test match, obviously. And I just wonder if they, may have a look before tea. I don't know, just the way Mitchell has started. Even if you think about Kane Williamson, first ball after the rain when he got dropped, and it was a loose shot up by his standards. He's not having a look. I just wonder if they're thinking runs and having a bowl ASAP.
While it's a little bit dark, while it's a little bit of close cloud cover.
Yeah. And if there is going to be a bit of drizzle around and falling on the wicket, we'll make use of it while it's there. Not wait. Oh, suddenly the sun's poking out. It's a bit easier.
Williamson's picked up another single down to long on. Foolish delivery. He's just pushed it down to long on. Very comfortable through for the single. Mitchell back on strike, and he plays this one into the offside. A short delivery. Can't get it past Abid Ali, who is at backward point. And just grinding Pakistan down here, this New Zealand side. 485 for 5 as Zafar bowls to Mitchell. He's a big appeal. He's running down the middle of the pitch backwards. And Zafar, there was an element of turn, and Rizwan's going to go upstairs. Just wondered whether it might have bounced a little bit. The line actually didn't look too bad to me.
They've been pretty good with their reviews as well, Pakistan. So it'll be interesting to see if Rizwan has made the right call this time as well.
Is not out. I've checked the front foot, and it's a fair delivery. Clear front on, please.
Voice of Wayne Knights, the third umpire. There was definitely a hint of turn. I'm looking at this front on replay now. It was nicely flighted. Just a hint of turn.
Thank you. Just roll that through for me one more time.
It's hit the inside of the front pad, around about the knee roll.
Yeah, thanks. It's clearly missed a bat. No bat involved. Move straight through to ball tracking when ready, please.
Top of leg stump.
If anything, it has to be top of leg stump.
Ball tracking coming up, Chris.
Here's
Ball
the
pitching
ball
up, slide
tracking.
off. Impact in line. Wickets missing. Repeat missing. You'll be staying with your original not out decision.
Well, that's a good decision. I mean, first off, when we looked, it was just the bounce that was going to be the problem, but it was not a bad review, I don't think, from Pakistan.
Yeah, good review, but also I've got to say, good decision, Chris Brown. And the umpiring has been of a very good standard this Test match. And in fact, Chris Brown's been pretty good for the whole summer, to be fair. But I'm not unhappy with it hitting the pad. We all sort of thought, oh, here we go, this could be a chance.
Yeah, I concur with your points too. Around three reviews left for New Zealand and one for Pakistan, as we just see Azhar Ali having a little bit of fun with the roving camera out on the field. Back to play now. Zafar Gohar to continue, and Mitchell comes forward to this delivery, eases it into the offside, up towards extra cover, and picked up, no run. 192 for Williamson, 19 for Mitchell, 485 for 5 New Zealand.
Zafar, 23 overs, none for 97. Tough debut for the young man. Did okay with the bat. Did okay for his debut and conditions which are totally different to home for him, but struggling with the ball. Not a lot of assistance out there. The odd one has turned, the odd one, but you would not. This is the furthest thing from a spinning wicket. So he's had to work hard, and 97 off 23, not a great return.
Crowd have been good, haven't they? I mean, we have had a little bit of rain. Not as good a crowd as the first 2 days. Got a no ball, a late call, I think, for Naseem. Definitely a big no ball, that previous one. Chris Gaffney has just indicated. Let's add another one to the score. Partnership now 35. 19 off the last 5 overs. So New Zealand going to almost fours. There's Naseem again, and Mitchell on the drive, but can't get it past Fawad Alam, who is at cover.
That's the 11th no ball for the innings, so far too many from international side. You're right about the crowd. I mean, obviously, it's not sunscreen and floppy hat weather today compared to definitely yesterday and even the afternoon of day one, but still a lot of people here on the bank, rugged up, mind you, though. A lot more layers on today.
Naseem bowls and Mitchell comes forward, just plays that one out to cover again. To Rizwan. You got your shorts on too, Jake, so that sort of, that does not help.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a secret for radio. The underdressed nature of my appearance, but I've been impressed with Daryl Mitchell. I know before Chris was talking about his intent, and he has come out looking to score, but at the same time, like the last couple, respecting the good ball.
Naseem again bowls, and this time it's a very good delivery, full, straight. In behind it, Mitchell plays it back down the pitch to Naseem.
Good technique as well. I mean, that 138, coming in with a proper defensive shot behind that. So he's moving well, Daryl Mitchell. He plays pace well, though, doesn't he? I mean, he can play spin well as well, but he's a guy that is not upset by the ball bouncing or coming on with any pace. So looks very settled in that Black Caps middle order today.
Naseem in again to bowl to Daryl Mitchell, and this one he's played away behind point on the offside. They'll pick up one because there is a boundary rider out there. It is Abid Ali. Just have a bit of silence at the end of this over. I just want I want to see, as the lights are turned on, which they will be, we understand, at the end of this over, we'll just leave you in radio silence just for a few seconds to see whether the crowd reacts, because there's no game being played under lights here at Hagley Oval as yet. It'll be the first time a lot of these people will experience the lights going on. I wonder whether the Canterbury faithful will cheer.
I'm so excited.
Wow,
Simon.
just wondering.
We might hear a bowl or two pop.
Hope not. Here's Nassim, bowls and left alone outside the line of off stump by Kane Williamson, through to the keeper. 134 overs have been bowled. It's 488 for 5. Come on, fellas, turn the switch on.
Countdown? Oh.
It was never in doubt. Never in doubt. The Canterbury faithful. As these LED lights light up Hagley Oval. ICC match referee Jeff Crow has given the order. The ground staff have gone and turned the lights on, and away we go. So play will continue. They do look magnificent. Under the night sky, I can only imagine how good this ground will look. Absolutely superb. Might need a couple of extra blankets, but it will look superb. Kane Williamson 193, Mitchell is 20. Daryl Mitchell on strike to Zafar Gohar, starting a new over. His 24th, left arm spinner. Mitchell down the wicket and whips that one away over mid-wicket. You can obviously see a little bit better now, Daryl Mitchell, making the most of it. Picks up a boundary 4, goes to 24, 492 for 5.
Well, suddenly he's got the light reflecting off the red ball. Coming down nicely, but good feet there by Darren, which we talked before about his movement more defensively to pace. That one there coming down the wicket to the spinner. And so much room out there from long on down to a very, very fine deep backward square. Pretty much, no trouble whatsoever. Very safe shot over, clipping it over mid-wicket.
Can play that when there's not much turn either. Here's Zafar this time and onto the back foot. Punches this one down to long on. Picks up a single. 25 for Mitchell. New Zealand 493 for 5.
Zafar's 100. Dooley, hard luck. All been there though. 24th over going for 102 and no wickets yet on his debut. Tough work for the young man.
There he is, and again, left arm orthodox, and Williamson just defends this one into the offside. No run taken. Yeah, Zafar's gone for 102. Nassim Shah's bowled 23 overs, gone for 113. Economy rates of Shaheen and Muhammad Abbas, both 2.6 and 2.5, so they've been outstanding. Williamson this time advances and plays this one down to long on. He'll pick up another single, 194, so he's one hit away. 494 for 5.
Yeah, those two, Freddie and Abbas, have been streets ahead of the others, really. Not only in terms of their economy and not going for too many runs, but also the opportunities they have created. Although I do think Nassim's running, and he's tried to make things happen, but the top two, class ahead.
So far again to Mitchell, this time a little inside edge, and runs down to that man at a very fine, deep backward square. Another single for Daryl Mitchell. He needs something out there. He's waving out furiously. The New Zealand dressing room, and he's making signals back because he's unsure as to what Daryl Mitchell wants. How many words? How many words? How many syllables?
I think Chris Brown's come across and said, look, is it an emergency? No. Okay. And he looked at his watch, probably saying drinks. Can it wait till drinks? But
take out a bag of accessories and see what happens. Here's Naseem Shah from the Hadley Pavilion end of Hagley Oval. Gets full and a Yorker into Williamson, who digs it out nicely into the offside. Picks up another single. He's just working his way towards that double 100 with a bunch of singles of late. Some warm-up exercises for Shaheen Shah Afridi, either warm-ups or warm-downs. He's doing a little bit of a dance out on the park at the moment. Mohammed Rizwan's getting his shoelaces tied up.
Well, for a guy who's bowled 31 overs, now I know he's young still, Afridi, but he's managed to maintain good pace throughout, hasn't he? You know, he hasn't dropped off at all. Still the late 130s, early 140s. So credit to him physically.
Here's Naseem in again and bowls to Mitchell. Tries to drive. Can't get any timing on this one. Just rolls up to Shaheen Shah Afridi at mid-off. Remains 497 for 5. Yeah, just thinking back to Bay Oval and Tauranga and how many overs Shaheen got through there. He was bowled his heart out in that match as well, didn't he? Here is Naseem in again. Bowls, and this time Mitchell pulls out towards mid-wicket. Not perfectly timed, but he'll pick up a couple fairly comfortably. As Mohammed Abbas comes around from deep square leg, picks it up. Mitchell with 2 more. Goes to 28. 499 for 5 now. 36 overs he bowled in the first innings. Shaheen at the mount. So plenty of bowling there. And then in the second innings he just got through 11. But yeah, he never stops.
That's a good load for a fortnight, isn't it? I mean, when you start adding them all up.
You're seeing bowls again. And Mitchell on the front foot and driving on the up. Out to extra cover. Can't get it past Safar. No run. It remains 499 for 5.
Noticed previously I wondered why Mitchell had mishit it a wee bit, because he loves the short ball pull shot. Naseem had gone to a slower ball. Dropped it down by about 20 kilometres an hour. So maybe there's a bit of a change of plan, and rather than, we saw Naseem try the short ball theory earlier on, especially to Nichols, maybe thinking, okay, let's try something different here and go with a slower ball option.
Naseem in again, last ball of his over, it's wide and it's swung at by Mitchell, but he can't catch up with it. Through to Rizwan, a very good take. There's 2 more balls to go, sorry, so 1 left now. Remains 499 for 5.
Swung, didn't it? That's day 1 swing. When we saw BJ Watling having to go left and right all the time with the ball swinging after it's beaten the bat or left alone. Actually, a very good take by Pakistan skipper Mohammed Rizwan in front of first slip.
Naseem bowls and forward comes Daryl Mitchell. Very solid in defence back down the pitch to the bowler. Ends the over. 136 have been bowled. New Zealand lead by 202. 499 for 5.
So we'll be talking a lot about the target that the Black Caps may have in mind. As Simon said, with 202 on the board already and leading by, just what that number will be, or will it be a time factor? Will it be dependent on the weather? What's left today, maybe what's left in the test? So anyone know that will be Gary Stead, Kane Williamson, maybe a couple of others. Or maybe they're still just going to assess at drinks and then as they move towards tea. But we were just talking before, Simon, about the big heart of Shaheen Shah Afridi and the overs he is getting through, not only in this test but the series. And look who's coming in now from the Botanical Gardens end.
Yeah, just a little look, I think, to Kane Williamson, just to say, well, we're not going to give you another test match double 100 here. You're going to have to try and work for it against one of our best. Shaheen under bright lights here now at Hagley Oval, moves into bowl to Williamson. It's full, it's wide, he drives and goes out to backward point. Fawad Alam picks up the ball and fires it back in. New Zealand's 500 comes up with that single. Kane Williamson to 197, 500 for 5.
Dominant by the New Zealand side. The top order and now into the middle order with Mitchell there, just again nailing that coffin. And I think already probably the Pakistan batters will know they've got one hell of a challenge to even even forced New Zealand to batting. Don't worry about it, to save this test match with so much time left. It's going to be a hell of a battle for them in that second innings.
There's Shaheen in again to Mitchell this time. He's forward in defence just outside the line of off stump. Good length delivery up to Abbas at mid-off. No run.
In second ball of the spell, I mean, you mentioned before, is he warming up or is he warming down? We now know he's warming up, but, you know, that's nearly 138. So straight away, the 20-year-old into his work, which is a great sign when you consider this is over number 32. How many spells? I'll have to actually take the time to work that out, but we may be looking at sort of, I don't know, 6, 7 spells, which is a great sign for him to be able to get up and down for his spells.
Here he is again, Shaheen. In and bowls, and that one just played back down the pitch again from Daryl Mitchell. Back towards the bowler, no run. And I'm just going through them now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 8th spell as far as I can work out in the innings so far. So that's plenty of bowling, even more.
He had 3 this morning in the first session, didn't he, alone?
Here he is again, around the wicket this time, and Mitchell advances. Takes a couple of steps towards Shaheen. Now there's a stare. That one was 138.6 a bit. The next one's over 140.
Not quite as friendly as maybe 20 minutes ago when they had a little exchange and there were smiles and a little bit of fist bumping going on. That one, I don't think if Freddie enjoyed Mitchell coming down to him. I think the next one might be short.
At the top of his mark now. What's he got for Daryl Mitchell? 2 slips and a gully in place. Left arm around the wicket. Goes the Yorker. Mitchell digs it out nicely. Gets it out to extra cover. No run. It remains 500 for 5.
Absolute double bluff on me. Thinking short. He's gone Yorker. Great execution, though. I mean, you didn't want to follow up a little bit of a stare and a few words with just a half volley or a soft. So obviously wanted to hit the hole, maybe thinking Mitchell thought a bouncer as well. Again, a Freddie showing his quality.
Top of his mark again from the Botanical Gardens end of Hagley Oval. In and around the wicket, and Mitchell this time is coming forward to him again. It's short of a length. Just onto the back foot. Plays it away into the offside. No run. It remains 500 for 5. Mitchell 28. Williamson 197. A little bit more rain just starting to fall as well. Standout performances in this New Zealand innings so far from Kane Williamson and Henry Nicholls. They lost Latham early, 33. Caught Harris Sohail, bowled Shaheen Afridi. Tom Blundell was LBW Fahim Ashraf for 16. Ross Taylor out for 12. Caught Shan Masood, bowled Mohammad Abbas. BJ Watling was out after that long partnership, so Henry Nicholls 150. Well, standout performances in this New Zealand innings so far from Kane Williamson and Henry Nicholls. They lost Latham early, 33. Caught Harris Sohail, bowled Shaheen Afridi. Tom Blundell was LBW Fahim Ashraf for 16. Ross Taylor out for 12. Caught Shan Masood, bowled Mohammad Abbas. BJ Watling was out after that long partnership, so Henry Nicholls 150 is the man for a crisis every time. There's Abbas bowling to Kane Williamson. And he's back and across and plays it back down the pitch. No run, so both puck. Even cooler if he gets the next one away. Here's Abbas. Into Williamson now, and he bowls, and just nicely in behind that one, down towards gully, no run. The crowd chanting, they're waiting. Nobody in the players area moving.
Well, and all the fields come up as well. So deep squares come up inside the ring to a forward square mid-wicket, if you like. That deep point who did the amazing field, Abid Ali back there who did the amazing fielding. He's come up now inside the ring, plugged another slip or a wide slip, a gully into that region as well. So again, Pakistan showing that they're not just going to roll over.
There's a bus now into Williamson. Bowls, and he's just turned this one into the onside. Away to mid-wicket, no run. Remains 199.
I think, I know it's a cliche in cricket, but just the way Kane plays, he really is just, I don't care what's gone on, I don't care I'm on 199, because the two balls since hitting a 2 and getting to 190, well bowled or block you, well bowled or block you. You know, everyone's come up. If he swings and gets half out on it, there's your 200. But no, I'll just keep going, I'll keep going.
Respect the game. Here's the bus, and now Williamson gets another short ball. He can't get it through the offside. Picked up by Abid Ali. Can't pierce that offside field at the moment. Kane Williamson remains 199. New Zealand 502 for 5. Short cover in place. Second slip, fourth slip, gully. Backward point, cover, mid-off, mid-on, mid-wicket. No man down at long legs, so they're expecting a bust to be in and around that off stump, just outside. He moves in now, bowls to Williamson. Again, just a forward defensive shot. Down into the gully, dead bat, as Kane Williamson as so often does. It ends the over. New Zealand are 502 for 5, and it's time for drinks.
It's Magic Drive with Lipospheric Vitamin C. Now available at Chemist Warehouse.
Magic Talk, your new home for live cricket. Streaming live on Rover.
With the low prices at Pack and Save, I've stocked up on all my fruity fruits, scrummy meats, and everything else I need this summer. And I'm ready to go on holiday. So I've found a replacement for while I'm away. Take it away, Man-Stick.
Low prices!
Ah, perfect.
Stock up and save so you can enjoy more this summer. Pack and Save, our policy, New Zealand's lowest food prices.
Wow, that's like listening in a mirror.
Cabot's Aquadeck has a 1-hour recoat time, so you can get back to the things that matter most. Finish in one day with Cabot's.
Normanby Road Vets welcome Dr. KV to their Mount Eden Clinic, working alongside Dr. Chris, giving you a combined 60 years experience. So for a fast and easy diagnosis of your pet, go to Normanby Road Vets.
As Dave waited for his toast to pop, he wondered,
what should I use my hot points for?
Followed by,
well, I've already got a toaster.
And then,
maybe I'll use my hot points for breakfast at the cafe.
With Hot Points Pay, you can now use your Westpac Hot Points anywhere MasterCard is accepted for the things you want at millions of local, international and online retailers. Terms and exclusions apply. Credit card conditions of use for the applicable card apply. Find out more at westpac.co.nz/hotpointspay.
Animals across New Zealand need your help to escape cruelty, to escape neglect and to give them a better life. Call 0800 772209 to donate to SPCA today.
Save 10 cents per litre on fuel today at Mobil. No minimum spend required for purchases up to 100 litres. Just scan or swipe your registered Mobil Smiles card. Get your discounts, earn Smiles points and redeem instantly. Visit mobilsmiles.co.nz. Exclusions apply.
Kapai, Aucklanders. You've been using water wisely this week. Though a severe drought has put pressure on our water supply, our city's water use is right where it needs to be. So, keep up the good work. Stick to your 4-minute showers and follow the outdoor water restrictions. You can use a water blaster and hoses fitted with trigger nozzles. Just don't leave them unattended. Do it right and she'll be right. For detailed information on the restrictions, go to watercare.co.nz.
Heading out on the water this summer? Make sure you prep your boat or kayak and equipment. Check your gears in good working order and know the rules and local marine forecast. What's your plan? Go online at saferboating.org.nz before you head out on the water.
Fill the fridge and pack the pantry with these fantastic deals at New World. Rolling Meadow butter, 500 gram, just $5.29 each. And Arnott's chocolate or cream-filled biscuits, 2 for only $5. New World, there's always something cooking. Sizes, limits, exclusions apply.
Take this station everywhere this summer with Rover. Download the app now.
Welcome back to Hagley Oval. Shaheen Shah Afridi about to start another over. First over after drinks. New Zealand 500.
Game. So this guy Chris Scott says Brian Lara started batting on to Mitchell, and he's hammered this out to deep cover point, and he'll run another single. So he's very quickly gone to 34, 516.